Happy day everyone. Welcome back to the M.O.P classroom. In this module, let us get a brief introduction to the concept of intellectual property rights and its legal landscape. First, let us understand the idea of intellectual property. Intellectual property refers to the creation of the human intellect, and this includes literary work, artistic work, dramatic work, designs, symbols, and signs that are commonly used in commerce. These intellectual properties are duly protected by intellectual property rights, and this gained traction because of the Paris and Berne Convention, which was rolled out and administered by the World Intellectual Property Organization back in the 1800s. These intellectual property rights ensures that the creations of the inventors are duly protected legally and also ensures that they are able to reap a benefit out of such usage of their creations. There are numerous reasons for the significance of IPRs in the legal landscape, with a very basic one being the idea that IPRs foster innovation and creativity of the human mind. It also generates significant revenue to the creators for the usage of their creations. And these creations are inventive and unique in their own way. This makes sure that businesses gain a competitive advantage in the market while also ensuring a fair competition in the industry. IPRs lead to a very robust technology transfer that happens across borders and also results in economic development as well. It also leads to protection of the cultural heritage of different places of origin too. Next up, we have the different types of IPRs. We have the very well-known common IPRs such as trademarks, copyrights, patents, and trade secrets. We also have the lesser-known ones such as geographical indications. We also have the lesser-known ones such as industrial designs, geographical indications as well. Every single intellectual property is duly protected by an act that has been legally enforced in India. Right from the mid-1950s till the late 2000s, different acts have been enacted in order to protect the interest of the creators with respect to such intellectual properties. For example, if you take the case of copyrights, it is duly protected by the Copyrights Act of 1957. On the slide, you find the different acts that have been enacted in order to protect the different types of intellectual properties. Let us start with a brief introduction to the different types of intellectual properties. First up, we have copyrights. Copyright, as the name by itself suggests, means the right to copy. It gives exclusive authority to the creator or the owner of the copyright to own such work and also to give him the liberty to make copies of the same. Copyrights offer protection for different types of works, such as literary, artistic, and dramatic works. It also offers protection for sound recordings, cinematographic films, architectural blueprints, and even for computer programs. The validity period for copyrights is 60 years plus the life of the author for literary, dramatic, and artistic works. Whereas if you take the case of records and cinematographic films, the validity period is 60 years from the date of the work being published. The example that's being quoted here on the slide is a very famous book series, Harry Potter, which has been penned by Ms. J.K. Rowling. Ms. Rowling owns every single word that she has penned for her novel. Not just that, even the world that she created in which her characters live in is also copyrighted. It further extends to the Harry Potter merchandise, which became a huge hit with the success of the book. And it further extends to the movies that came out in the Harry Potter series as well. The next type of intellectual property right that we get to see is patents. Patents offer exclusive rights over technological innovations, scientific findings, and breakthroughs of the inventors, and also protects the creation of such inventors too. These patents are of different types. You have utility patents, which is the most common and the easily obtainable ones. You also have plant patents, which protect the different findings of new varieties of plant. We also have design patents, which protect the surface ornamentation of different types of products. And these patents are valid for a period of 20 years subject to renewal as well. The example that you find here on the slide is the very infamous anti-gravity lean of Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was one who defied gravity by making a 45-degree lean. A normal person would only be able to lean to an extent of 20 degrees, but he did the impossible. He was able to lean forward to 45 degrees. And this was possible because of the anti-gravity shoes. So Michael Jackson used these shoes which had a slot in the heel part, which ensures that it latches onto the pegs that are there on the stage that MJ uses. And this has been patented in the name of the pop star himself. The next type of IP is trademarks. Trademarks protect the different signs that are used by products to distinguish them from that of their competitors. This could be in the form of words, signs, symbols, colors, and even the way that the brand is pronounced. The example that you find here on the slide is that of the Amul girl, as she is popularly called. She is the mascot of the brand Amul. Over here, the way that the Amul girl is designed, as well as the font style and colors used for the name Amul, everything has been registered under the Trademark Act. Any person who uses these signs or names or the mascot herself without prior permission of the brand Amul would face trademark infringements. Up next, we have geographical indication, which is a peculiar type of intellectual property. So these are called as GI tags. These tags are attached to products that emanate from certain geographical locations. And these products carry attributes or features that are peculiar to such places of origin. These GI tags come with the name of the place of origin attached to such tags. For example, you have Tirupati Laddu, or take the case of, say, Kanchipuram silk sarees, or even Tirunelveli halwa. Every single one of these are geographical indications or GI tags. It protects the interest of the domestic producers and also ensure that they get a fair competition in the international market too. The validity period of geographical indications is 10 years. Subject to renewal, they can be extended for a further period of 10 more years. On the slide, you find different cases in type of geographical indication, both from the Indian subcontinent as well as from across the globe. Let me quote an example from a GI that has been registered across the world. So you have this bubbly drink, a celebratory drink called a champagne, which is widely popular. This drink originated in a very small town in France called as Champagne. And that is how the GI tag for one of the very earliest drinks came out to be. Industrial designs are exclusive rights that are taken up for shapes, designs, colors, and lines of 2 or 3-dimensional figures that are born out of an industrial process. These industrial designs offer protection for the innovations that are made in the industrial process. The example that you find quoted here is the contour bottle of Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is the very well acclaimed international beverage drink, which occupies a prominent position in the market. In the initial days when the drink was launched, it was a huge success, but there were a lot of imitations that were made in the market. This led to the Coca-Cola company making a conscious decision to bring about a very unique form of bottles that they get to use. And this is how the straight-laced bottles of Coca-Cola turned into a hobble skirt design of Coca-Cola bottles. Every single design of the Coca-Cola bottle across the years is protected by the industrial designs. And the validity period for an industrial design is 10 years, subject to a further extension of 5 more years based upon renewal. Last but not the least, we come down to the concept of trade secrets. This is something that we get to see quite often. Trade secrets refers to secret formulas, recipes, and processes that have been treasured and kept a secret by businesses themselves and carried down from generation to generation. And these are those aspects that set apart a business from that of its competitors. These trade secrets, once registered, they are valid for an indefinite period of time. So it is up to the registered person to ensure the safety and security of these trade secrets. The example that you find here on the slide is that of the Maggi Magic Masala. Everyone loves the recipe of the masala mix, but no one knows what goes into the making of such mixes. The success of this trade secret has stood the test of time. This slide here summarizes the validity period for the different types of IPRs. Have a look at them for a quick reckoner. Thanks for joining us. Like, share, and subscribe to the M.O.P. Classroom for more such educational information. Thank you.